Chapter 14, Deadly Secrets. Your parents point at a chair and wait, impatient, angry, until you lower yourself into it. I haven't been in this much trouble since that time I got caught with a fake ID when I was 16. 2 days, Diamond, 48 hours. That's how long you've been gone. Do you have any idea how worried we've been? We thought you were dead or worse. Faith told us about your little surveillance mission at Turquesa, that you went to the docks alone. Disobeying us is bad enough, but to leave us in the dark for 2 days? You're upset with me, then you shouldn't have shut me out. I've been asking you to trust me for months. If you just listened and treated me like an adult for once. I treat you like an adult when you start acting like one. We gave you multiple chances to prove yourself. The clubs, restaurants, Trung's investigation. This is how you repay us. We were right to hold back for as long as we did. You clearly aren't ready for responsibility. That isn't fair, and you know it. Then why don't you start by telling us where the hell you've been? I was recovering from an injury. I got hit by a piece of flying shrapnel. You look fine to me. Only because I took the time to rest and recover. I don't want to hear anymore. Go to your room. You can't be serious. You'll stay up there until I give you the all clear. I don't want to have to post a guard at your door, but if I have to... Are you grounding me? I'm not a damn teenager. What part of you don't understand? The Flints are out for blood. They'll kill you the first chance they get. We need you safe. The Flints are on a work path because you blew up the docks and murdered a bunch of their men. You say you're so worried about your little girl, but you're planning to kill Vic and Dylan. You're hypocrites. You've lost the other family support, haven't you? That's why you're so afraid. Are they finally realizing that you started all this? Your father's tone answers that for him. You are my daughter and you will do what I say, or... Or what, Dad? I've had enough of this. I'm alive, safe, and I did it all on my own. If you need me, you can call Roy. You storm out before either of them can stop you, pausing just long enough to grab Roy by the arm. Take me into Faith's boutique. Roy looks from you to your parents. You keep your hold on his well-tailored sleeve and lower your voice. I'm sorry about Turquesa, really I am, but I have no right to ask, but please, I can't bear to be right here, right now. You gonna let me do my job? I promise. Silence between you takes what feels like you're drowning in the horror all over again, and finally he speaks. After you, Miss Wolf. Roy guides you outside to his waiting car. You sure about this, kid? Once we go out that door, there's a target on your back. There's been a target on my back since the day I was born. You barely make it to the boutique before Faith is crushing you in a hug. Oh, thank God you're alive. Faith, you should know I'm unkillable. Like a cockroach or a Twinkie. Not even a nuclear explosion can defeat me. Don't crack jokes right now, you brat. I'm emotionally vulnerable. Her voice breaks down as she continues squeezing you. Why didn't you text or call or send a bat signal? I sent smoke signals. Does that matter? My bat signal is broken. My phone's somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. Don't worry. I already told her that if she tries to disappear again, I'll personally handcuff her to my side. The mention of handcuffs flashes a flush of heat to rush the surface of your skin. Faith eyes you sideways. Why do I get the feeling you're not telling me everything? Because I'm not. I'll tell you the whole story, but not where we can be overheard. Cast a meaningful glance at Roy while you speak. Roy, would you mind stepping out and grabbing us some coffee? He gives you a warning look, and you quickly intervene. What if Faith closed up shop for the day? You can watch up front, and we'll stay right here where you can see us. Alright, kid. You know this isn't for my health, it's for yours. I know, and I appreciate it. You and Faith settle on the couches for a long chat. From where you can sit, you see Roy keeping a watchful eye on the street. Right, Spill, where have you been for 2 days, and why is it making you blush like a nun in lingerie? That's actually pretty good. I've been shacked up in a love nest. Please tell me that's a euphemism for something bird-related? Nope, I was literally holed up in a house for 2 days with Vic Flint. I think you'd better start telling the story from the beginning. You tell Faith the whole story, from the explosion at the docks and Vic saving your life to waking up in a safe house and trying to escape. It was pretty intense for a few hours there. I was sure Vic planned to kill me or hand me over to Nadia so she could kill me. I'll make sure that snake pays for every single bruise he gave you. That's not the point of the story. Apparently he didn't want to hurt me at all. Then why did he chain you down? To save my life. He didn't want me running off in a place I didn't know where the Flints could be anywhere. And he sort of confessed his love for me. He what now? You find yourself growing warm all over, remembering the way Vic's lips felt on yours. So I told him I love him too. You did what? We kind of, sort of made out a little. Simon, are you kidding me? Why are you yelling? It was nice. He was nice. Nice! You blink, confused with the sudden anger in her voice. Did my parents threaten you or something? Did they put you up to this? They didn't put me up to anything. You liked him before. That was before you almost died, Diamond. Let that settle in for a minute. I don't understand why you're being like this. Yeah, I almost died, but Vic saved me. You're in way deeper than I thought. The Diamond I know would never let these kinds of stupid choices over some guy. Vic's not like his family. He doesn't want this any more than I do. What he says doesn't matter. It's his actions that speak loudest. Where's he right now? With Nadia? Yes, but... No, Diamond, no. You aren't thinking. What about your parents? They don't have to know. They're gonna find out, Diamond. Maybe they'll forgive you. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll give you the kiss of death. The kiss of death, the last act of warmth and kindness before those you love hang you out to dry, before they put a hit out on one of their own. Martial arts, it's a little different, but, moving on. You don't want to picture it, but you can. Your father's lips coming to your forehead, him sending you out into the world, and then sending the enforcers after. That won't happen. You need to stop thinking with your hormones. I don't care how hot Vic is. Until this war is over, he's your enemy. In case you've forgotten, I've never wanted this war. If anyone listened to me, this wouldn't be happening. It doesn't matter, it's happening. And making puppy dog eyes at Vic isn't gonna stop it. You open your mouth to retort when your purse gives a loud buzz. Saved by the cell. I thought your phone was at the bottom of the ocean. It is. I grabbed a new one on my way here. I should probably check this. Pull out your new phone and glance at the incoming text. Meet me in the back alley, behind the boutique. It's urgent. Who is it? My parents. I need to make a call real quick. Keep an eye on Roy for me, will you? You already passed Faith before she can respond, hoping she didn't see the guilt written all over your face. The moment you set foot outside, Vic practically lunges forward to wrap you in his arms. What's so urgent it couldn't wait? You, me, this. Feel a tinge of worry as you remember Faith's words, and then Vic's lips are on yours. Pressure so warm and insistent that you immediately open up and let him in. Faith just needs time to cool off. She'll come around. You taste one amazing. I couldn't stand being away from you a second longer than I had to. How did you know where to find me? For all you know, my parents might have shipped me off to Bali. Nah, you always end up here eventually. You're adorably predictable sometimes. Who are you calling adorable? You wind your arms around his neck and pull him in for another searing kiss. Raking your fingernails down his back, you memorize his every shape, every reaction. And here I thought I was too dangerous for you. I tried to stay away, Diamond, but for your sake as well as mine. But you're under my skin now. Vic, there's something I need to tell you. My parents are trying to kill me, I know. How? You said you didn't have a mole. Lucky guess, but we have better things to think about. He pushes you against the brick wall. Every sense whirls as he steals your breath away with kisses. So hungry it feels as though he's devouring you whole. You have no idea how much I need you. His hips pin you to the wall. The hardening ridge of his desire tells you everything you need to know. Just shut up and kiss me. He dips his head low and takes your lip between his teeth. Tugging gently, he begins to... A car speeds by so close that you can feel the air whirling up around you. Damn. We can't do this out in the open. I can't take you in a Faith's boutique. She's not happy about all this, besides Roy is keeping watch on the front door. And it's a good thing I'm parked in a garage just around the corner. My car has more than enough room for two. Oh, I remember. Yeah. And Roy's gonna be like, where is she? And Faith's gonna be like, out back. And then Roy's gonna come checking, and then he's gonna be like, where the hell is she? He cups your cheek and traces the shape of your mouth with a thumb. A few minutes together sounds like heaven right about now. Really? I need you too, Vic. The way you make me feel, it's not fair. I'll take that as a yes. Yes, please. He takes your hand and drags you into the parking garage. You're on top of him before the car door even closes behind you. Your thighs straddling his as your bodies press hot and hard together. You barely manage to settle your hips in place before he's kissing his way down your neck. I knew my tinted windows would come in handy someday. I thought you were all about taking things slow. Some situations call for restraint. He's smirking him. Those are some great situations. Others call for this. He slides his fingers along the back of your neck, an instant of softness before he yanks you forward and drags his tongue along yours. He holds nothing back as he takes everything he wants, your taste, heat, breath. With a low moan, you grind your hips into his. You suddenly want to feel every part of his body. Your hand slides beneath the hem of his shirt and then up, tracing his perfect outline of his body. I love it when you put your hands on me. Getting taken. You skim your fingers over his hard, perfect pecs. As you trace the outline of every scar and tattoo, you feel him growing harder underneath you. His eyes close as his chest rises and falls, cresting with pleasure at your touch. Diamond, I need you. Then take me. With one swift movement, Vic reaches down and reclines a seat. You both fall down on a soft thwomp. That's better. Why? I think you already know the answer to that. Basically, we had Bound Chicka Wow Wow in the car, and it was weird, but yet okay. It was, you'll have to see if you purchase the diamonds. Or if you even play this app anymore, you're here for my commentary. Moving on! Shaky but satisfied, you ride the wave all the way to the end. Your body trembles as you press your lips to his skin. Well, that was fun. Fun doesn't begin to describe it. You're turning to press your lips to his when the sound of a car alarm goes off somewhere else in a garage. As much as I'd love to take you for another ride, I think we've pushed our luck far enough for now. You're probably right about that. I need to get back to Faith and Roy before they start thinking I'm kidnapped. Vic's touch is surprisingly gentle as he helps you adjust your clothing and smooth everything neatly into place. There, now you look as perfect as and put together as when I lured you in here. Sans underwear. Sans? Sans? What? I said I'd fix that. You swoop down and plant a kiss on his mouth. The slow, gentle thrust of his tongue feels like heaven, but you force yourself to pull away. There, that'll give you something to dream about until we can meet again as soon as humanly possible. Every hour without Vic drives you to distraction, especially when the hours become days. Wild fantasies race through your mind as you walk into the familiar coffee shop to get an update from Jasmine. Bingo, bingo, bango, bongo. Who's your favorite political mole and undercover spy? You're not undercover if you announce it at full volume. The baristas won't tell on me. My caffeine addiction keeps this place afloat. Anyway, I've been digging into the guys who were hired to kill you. You figured out who sent them? It's gonna be Nadia, right? If I can prove Nadia's trying to kill me, the other families will help us take her around. Vic can take her place, and this will all be over. The hitmen aren't talking, well, not beyond, like, letting it slip that it was a hit. I just can't tell you who pulled the trigger, metaphorically, that is. So, what do you have for me? All the dirt you need to take Mayor Trung down, and then some. That's fantastic news. You're the best. I know, I'm kind of a genius. She leans across the table, her excitement so palpable you can practically taste it. Get this. I played nicey nice with someone down in records, and I won't tell you how, but let's just say there was more tongue than you want to hear about. Jasmine. Oh, I'm kidding. Well, kinda. The point is, I may have borrowed his computer when he stepped out for a few minutes. And? Well, at first, everything looked fine. You know how Bethany Trung is, all over her I's dotted, T's crossed. But then, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel, and I found records of Bethany serving on the city council of Lancaster. It's a small town about 50 miles west of here. I've heard of Lancaster, but I can't think of why. Wasn't that the place that Vic just took you? Boom! That's why you're thinking a literal boom. There was a car bombing a few years back that nearly killed some guy. And get this, he just so happened to be Bethany's opponent in an upcoming mayoral race. You think she was involved? No way. It sounds too good to be true. If Mayor Trung was involved in that kind of scandal, we would have heard about it by now. That's where things get interesting. She wasn't directly involved in the bombing itself, just in the cover-up afterward. I'm not sure I understand. No one was ever arrested, but the lead suspect at the time was her husband. Mayor Trung was using his surname at the time. How did she get through an entire election cycle without this coming to light? Small town record keeping is basically still in the Stone Ages. You wouldn't believe how many times I've tried to get info online only to have to visit an actual office. What am I, made of time? This was back before she was divorced, so who would look for dirt under her married name in a town no one thought about until a car went kaplooey? I don't know, Jasmine. Doesn't sound like the mayor at all. Are you absolutely sure it's the same person? I knew you'd say that. That's why I brought Poof. She reaches in her bag and pulls out a notebook. With a triumphant laugh, she slaps it on the table. This is all the documentation you need to prove that she was involved in the cover-up. I started to look it over, but I figured you want to be first. We've only known each other for a few weeks, but I can totally tell that juicy illegal details are right up your alley. How many juicy illegal details are we talking? Oodles. Enough to bring her down for good. This is a diamond choice? Question mark? Why do I feel like this is going to be another illusion of choice where we'll have all this information and our parents still won't care? Reach greedily for the notebook, flip it open. Copied files, scattered papers, and other bits of tantalizing information fan out across the table in front of you. Okay, so I think we should start here. She hands you an official-looking document and nods for you to read it aloud. Certificate of Marriage, Bethany Trung, Michael Ramsgate. Michael Ramsgate, that's the name of the ex-husband? Yep. And that's not the part you should look at. Look at the dates. Just as they were married back in the late 90s, so? So, here's a copy of Mayor Trung's birth certificate. Look what year she was born. You do a quick mental math. Wow. She only just turned 18 when she got married. So, was he? It's a little fast, don't you think? Maybe they were genuinely in love. I mean, you know. I never took you for a romantic. Me neither, but it's kind of a new thing I'm trying out. Well, as soon as I had the name of her ex, I pulled everything I could get on him. When you start with arrest records, the rest is easy. You release a low whistle as you skim over the line after line of a very long criminal record. This guy was bad news right from the start. Vandalism, breaking, entering, petty theft, loitering. Oh, look at this. Oh, no, not the loitering. God, no, not the loitering. It says he was arrested alongside a guy named Flynn Decker. Does this mean something to you? The Deckers are a small-time outfit who handle things that need to happen out of town. Smuggling, wet work, spring cleaning, disposal. Never large enough to get in my parents' way, but big enough to pay us for protection. Your life sounds so weird sometimes. Yeah, but at least it's never boring. When you spend every day of your life balancing on a razor's edge, you learn to enjoy the danger. Wow, fun. From everything I can make out, it sounds like this has legitimate ties to the Decker family. He never flipped on them to the feds. That just means that he was high enough in the ranks to know better. So Bethany was married to a mobster? Looks that way. Only as soon as she started to get involved in politics, his activities tapered off. By the time she was running for mayor of Lancaster, he'd entirely cleaned up his act. That you know of. Something sounds a little fishy. If they're involved with this whole mobster business, maybe they're involved with the Flints. Or may I say, in bed with the Flints. Until the car bomb, you mean? We furrow your brow as you continue looking over the papers. Something about them isn't quite adding up. It seems like Bethany and Michael were doing just fine until her re-election campaign, but the guy who ran against her was a real piece of work. Yep, I've got some press clippings on the next page. Rotten Mayor Bethany Ramsgate denies scandal. Mayor Ramsgate secretly meets with top Illuminati officials. Are women too emotional to run for office? What the hell? Right? No wonder they car bombed the guy. Yeah, but it was stupid. A car bombing has the Deckers stamped all over it. But the police couldn't prove it. There's security footage of him in the parking garage, but he's never seen actually placing the bomb. You flip through the grainy images, which provide a strong link but no concrete evidence. Either way, it's bad news for Mayor Trung. Even a hint of this kind of scandal is enough to sink political careers for good. I don't know, in 2023, let's be honest. It's true. I've been seeing promising careers get tanked for a lot less. Bethany was probably furious with him. And so they arrested him. Well, kinda. So, this says that he was brought into the police station for questioning, but after Bethany came in for a surprise visit, he was let go. Jasmine nods excitedly, pointing to another police report. Apparently, the remote starter they found in his pocket went missing from evidence lockup. Any chance they had of making the case thick disappeared with it. So Bethany stole evidence to free her husband? Yeah, sure looks like it. Yeah, but isn't that her ex now? Interesting. No wonder she hates organized crime so much. What do you mean? Her monster husband nearly killed her political rival on her behalf. And he did it so sloppily that she had to commit a crime to keep him out of jail. In her shoes, I'd be pissed. Marrying a criminal is bad enough, but marrying a stupid one? I'm pretty sure she felt the same way. She filed for divorce only a few months later. Damn, it almost makes me feel sorry for the woman. What? He starts stacking the papers back up and returning them to the notebook. Divorcing the guy and starting a new political career under her maiden name was a good start. But Bethany Trung seriously underestimated the cost of being my enemy. You tuck the notebook into your bag and get up from the table. Good job on this, Jasmine. The more I work with you, the happier I am to have you on board. Back at you, boss. I think I might have a real knack for this. You sling your bag over your shoulder and head for the door. Jasmine hurries to keep up. So, what's next? For you, pretending like none of this ever happened. Just keep your nose to the ground and your eye on the prize. Consider it as good as done. But what about you? I think it's time for me to pay my respects to our newly elected mayor. And once she's in my pocket, it's time to show Nadia Flynn and my parents that I'm not to be trifled with. You're going with half-ass evidence, I'm just saying. Without further ado, thanks for walking, or watching. Wow, walking. Thanks for walking too today. I'm really proud of every single one of you that can. For those of you who can't, that's fine as well. I love your beautiful faces. I just had to go roll with this, thanks for walking, why not? Pretty much I'm a little out of it. So for those of you who don't want to hear about what I'm about to say, hey, thanks for watching. Without further ado, yeah, no, I'm a little off. I haven't even covered Getaway Girls yet. And I haven't been streaming for a few days, as you can tell, especially for Hogwarts and all that. Pretty much I'm in unbearable pain the last few days. Let's just put it this way, I've taken 2 kinds of medications that to like 1, alleviate nerve issues, and then 2, try and relieve pain, and they have not gone over so well because in terms of it's not doing much besides removing the tip of the iceberg. So, I don't want to have to go out to like a hospital or whatnot because clearly my doctor's office is closed for the rest of the weekend and whatnot. But I may have to, because I pretty much woke up one morning feeling like I had been hit on the left side of my body by a train. And the pain and everything else has just continued increasing dramatically for whatever reason. So yeah. Pretty much, I mean, it's wild because there was a time, TLDR, I shattered my whole entire foot and I actually walked home. After it happened. It was, about a half a mile, but I walked home. And yeah, no, this is the pain compared to that is about 1,000 times worse for whatever reason. And I haven't done anything stupid, haven't been hit. I assume half my body's not crushed since I'm still using it, but it's just really painful. But yeah, no, I'm a little out of it, right? So trying to do what needs to be done and everything else. So, without further ado, love your beautiful faces. Catch you all later. Peace out.